All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sports and Nonsense. We have been off for a few weeks, mainly because of some technical difficulties. And by technical difficulties, is someone likes to lose power and internet whenever I'm
bird
off.
a bird flies over the house and we lose power.
So we haven't gotten to record an episode in like a month. So we're gonna get back at it, and we're gonna try to get one done every week, especially because I'll be out of school for a month next week. So, and then I go back to school for 6 weeks, and then I'll be done with school for another month, and then so on and so forth. Whatever. You don't need to know about my personal life. But there's a little announcement I wanted to make for all of our longtime listeners, all one or
Listener.
two of you.
Oh, listener.
We, I, I guess you could technically call it a sponsorship. Um, because we're actually going to get paid for it. So, yay. It's not much, but it's more than what we were getting from before. So, we're being sponsored and picked up by Name Pending Productions, which is one of my friends, his production company that he runs. He said he needs content for his page, so he asked if we would like to broadcast out to more people, and I was like, yeah, I want to broadcast out to more people. So welcome all the new people to the show.
Tell them about the entry fee.
The entry fee for new people.
Yeah.
I don't know, what is it
It's $45 per minute.
to listen.
But you can get a $44.50 tax deductible.
So I'd like to thank the great folk, the great person at Name Pending Productions for helping us grow some more so that we can kind of get this little podcast that we do every week just to talk sports to each other off the ground. So yeah.
Don't forget the nonsense part.
Right. So that's what this show is all about. It's called Sports and Nonsense, and that's what we talk about. We talk about sports, we talk about nonsense. So that's it. Like, we do a lot of Marvel stuff when there's Marvel movies. We do a lot of, when there's TV shows, we talk about the new TV shows, new movies and stuff. So Star Wars, we're both big into that, but primarily what we like to talk about is our sports stuff because we both enjoy sports. We both talking to each other about sports. So that's primarily what we really do. We like to get opinions from each other about what's going on in the sporting world. So, and it's a big week for the sporting world because the NFL draft is tomorrow. If you're watching this or if you're listening to this after it's been posted, which will be probably usually on Fridays. It was yesterday, or it's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday the 29th, people. If you don't know, then you should know already. So we in previous draft specials, we usually like made up our own mock drafts of like who's gonna go where and all that stuff, but we didn't prepare for that this year. So I figure we both know who's gonna go. I think in the top 5. I think you and I.
This year, I think top 2 is the only certain.
Yeah, you think the only top 2 is the only certainty?
Yeah.
Well, according to I mean, we can both agree that the top 2 is going to be Trevor Lawrence to Jacksonville and Zach Wilson to the Jets.
Yeah.
So
unless the Jets pull some crazy left field and just draft Justin Fields, but I don't think so.
No, they're taking the second best quarterback on the board, which according to all the scouting reports has been Zach Wilson. So, but after that, I guess it could go up in the air. I mean, we know San Francisco is taking a quarterback because San Francisco moved up from like 12 to 3.
Yeah.
And you don't move up from 12 to 3 and take an offensive lineman.
No.
So
no, I've heard they're into Fields and Jones.
Yeah, so that one's kind of iffy. It's going to be Mac Jones or it's going to be Justin Fields, and it could go either way for that. I'm thinking they're leaning Mac Jones because I think they've said they want someone who's NFL ready, and they think that Mac Jones is NFL ready. So I think it might be Mac Jones, but they could take Justin Fields, and they've the whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing's been all over the place because it's like, oh well, if they take an NFL ready quarterback, then what are they sitting on Jimmy Garoppolo for? So his name's been up in the air all year, or the last few months as well. And then Atlanta's gonna pick 4th, which Kuiper for some reason has the Dolphins trading up to 4 with Atlanta.
Aren't they like 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't trade up unless you're getting a quarterback at that point, because
he has them taking Pitts at 4, which I have a feeling that if Atlanta will want to take Pitts, then they'll take.
I was going to say, why wouldn't Atlanta just take Pitts then? With that,
well, my thinking is Jacksonville, the Jets, and the Niners are not moving from those positions. They are going to take quarterbacks at those positions. So if this is all hearsay, it's a mock draft, so Mel Kiper came up with this. So if Atlanta can move down and Miami will move up, because Miami I don't think is going to take a quarterback because they have Tua Tagovailoa and they have Jacoby Brissett now, and I think that's a good duo for them. So if they can move,
they're going to roll with Tua for one more year. I think.
And they want to add weapons for him. Yeah. So if they move up, the Dolphins, the next pick is Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's not taking a quarterback.
No.
So
if the Bengals pick anybody whose last name isn't Sewell or Slater, then they're going to be picking a new quarterback next year if the Joe Burrow gets cut in half.
Right. So this, I think this was his theory, is that Atlanta moves down to 6 because the Dolphins and the Bengals are not taking a quarterback, so they can move down to 6 and pick up an extra pick from the Dolphins. So the Dolphins can take Kyle Pitts. He has Cincinnati taking Penei Sewell from Oregon.
I heard the Dolphins really like Jalen Waddle,
the running wide receiver. Yeah, and that's a possibility too, because he says in his mock draft they want to add weapons for Tua this year, so they could take Waddle, they could take Kyle Pitts, they could take any of those weapons. But and then Atlanta at number 6 would take a quarterback in Trey Lance. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't know if Atlanta would take I don't know if Atlanta would take a quarterback though. I think they're still in on Matt Ryan.
Yeah, but you want to always get the next guy. Who do they got for the next guy? They don't have who's their backup right now?
He might not be in this draft or on the team. I don't know if they're done with Matt Ryan yet, and I don't think they're ready to grab that quarterback that early. Yeah, Waddle, the Alabama wide receiver.
Okay, so he's got. I like this mock draft he's got going on here. It's got a lot of good stuff in it here. So Falcons take. This is the last one he did before tomorrow. So Falcons will take Trey Lance. The Lions take Jamar Chase from LSU. The Panthers take Devonta Smith, which we'll get to the Panthers in a second. Alabama's wide receiver. The Broncos take Micah Parsons, since now we'll get to the Broncos again in a second with Carolina. And then in a projected trade, New England moves up 5 spots with the Cowboys to take Justin Fields.
I don't know if I can see them moving up to 11 because of the relationship between Belichick and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no danger of the Cowboys or the Giants moving up, taking a quarterback. I don't know about that one, Mel. Maybe 11.
So Mel says that the Patriots will jump 5 spots with the Cowboys, giving Dallas their 2022 first round pick in return.
Next year's first.
Yeah. So they'll swap picks this year and they'll get another first round pick next year.
That's a lot for only 5 spots.
Yeah, but it's a top 10. It's a top 10 pick. So
that's a lot. I don't know if Belichick would ever do that.
And then at 11, because I wanted to get to at least 11.
Why?
The Giants are, I guess, projecting to take Jalen Waddle from Alabama.
They like Waddle.
Mel Kiper is saying.
I've heard from my sources,
Mm-hmm.
my actual sources now, that they very much like Sewell, Slater, and Waddle and Smith. Sorry, that's like a lot, but I've also heard that there is some not infighting, but Gettleman and Judge want different guys. Gettleman loves Parsons, and Judge loves Devontae Smith. But what they really need is an offensive lineman. So
you said Sewell, Waddle,
Slater,
and Smith.
yeah.
Oh, Slater, Rashawn Slater. He's projected to go 13th to the Chargers.
Yeah. I don't think he'll make it that far. I don't even think he'll make it to 11, to be honest.
I don't know. All of these, other than the Broncos at 9, all of the top 11 teams are taking offensive players. And only one of them is an offensive lineman. So the rest of them are all playmaker positions. And it's a huge playmaker position year for the first round.
I think
it's going to get crazy.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Atlanta take Sewell.
Slater, instead of
quarterback.
A quarterback?
That's
possible.
Because this draft is assuming that Atlanta's taken Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think they're going to roll with Matt Ryan for some more. So they'll either get him some protection or maybe another weapon. I don't. I think they're more into getting protection. But
see, now I've jumped over to Todd McShay, and he's got the first 3 same picks: Lawrence, Wilson, Jones, and then he's got Atlanta taking Kyle Pitts instead of the Dolphins.
Not trading.
So
Kyle Pitts good. He's not going to. Kyle Pitts ain't going to make it out of the top 5, and if he does, he's not going to make it out of the top 6. You know.
And then it has the Patriots dealing with the Giants to take the 11th pick, and they're taking Justin Fields instead of.
I've heard that one.
Oh no, they took Justin Fields in both drafts, didn't they?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that in a lot of mocks.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about mocks, though, is they're mocks.
And then in this mock, it has the Giants at 15 taking Jeremiah Owusu-Kohomora.
Notre Dame or Penn State?
Notre Dame. Yeah. Inside linebacker.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I wouldn't be mad with him at 15. You know, the thing I've heard about Micah Parsons is apparently there's some like red flag, but he's not dropping on draft boards. So I don't know what that red flag is, or you know, but apparently there's like some red flag with like some concerns, but you know, not like physically or academically, more so like a personal red flag, you know, like but again, it hasn't come out yet, and typically at this point those things come out. And he's not dropping down boards either, so I don't know if teams are really worried about him.
Right. Interesting. Well, so there was a trade.
Like you know, everybody does dumb shit when they're a kid. You know,
right?
Like if it was like he stole a thing of crab legs at the grocery store, like okay, well he's a dumb kid, you know. But
and it follows with you forever.
Yeah, but I think teams are a little more likely to forgive that dumb kid stuff as opposed to when you're already a professional.
Oh, of course. So there's a trade in the NFL today. The Panthers traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Broncos for a 6th round pick in this year's draft.
They're still taking a quarterback.
Who?
The Broncos.
Oh, yeah. So Kuiper's draft has him taking a wideout, and McShay's had him taking a quarterback.
I see him taking Trey Lance.
So, yeah, they said that Trey Lance was one of the ones that McShay had him taking. So, it's possible.
And that's where I think New England's watching Denver very closely because if they think that they're going to take their quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised to see Carolina trade with New England and New England jump them.
Yeah.
But you got to give up a lot to go from 15 to 8.
7. 8.
Carolina's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got to give up a lot for 15 to an 8, especially. And again, this is going to sound bad, not bad, but weird, considering the year that New England just had. But you have to assume New England's going to be in the playoffs again because they got
Yeah.
a wider field, and it's New England.
I'm just hoping that they actually take a quarterback. I'm holding out hope
If it gets to
that they
15,
do.
I think it depends on what quarterback is there. I think if it's Fields, you might just do it. If it's not Fields, I don't think he'll do it.
It'll be the highest quarterback that Belichick's ever taken in a draft, because the last one was Jimmy Garoppolo. He took in the second round.
And not to sound crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Jimmy come back in a trade.
I think it would have happened already.
Why?
If it just
a lot of these teams wait till draft night because they'll have offers and they're kind of playing chicken. Like, okay, well, goodbye, and then
Well, I guess because San Francisco wanted more for him, but Jimmy's got no trade clause to any team, like in his.
Yeah, he can.
So he can block any trade that comes through. So because of that, the trade value for him has gone down a lot. Like I've heard San Francisco's now only asking for like a second round pick for him, which is what they got for him. And that's all he's worth.
I wouldn't give more than a second. And even that would be, not
it'd have to be a mid low second. It can't be a high second.
I wouldn't be wanting to give a Giants. I wouldn't want them to be giving up a second round pick for him.
So, another kind of big thing in the NFL today, which is kind of interesting. I also have an insider as well. He's not as inside as your guy is, but
mine's in the building.
Yeah, yours in the building. So one of my buddies is basically told my roommate that he is become Antonio Brown's real estate agent. And I was like, what? And I was like,
that's got to be a wild job.
I was like, the Bucks didn't re-sign Antonio Brown. That was yesterday. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they cut Antonio Brown, or I'm pretty sure they are cutting Antonio Brown. And then today at like 11 o'clock, I'm watching SportsCenter. It's like, oh, Antonio Brown re-signs with the Bucks. And I was like, oh, I guess I knew that yesterday. Because he's looking for a house down here. He's obviously re-signing. So it's all of the free agents that were on the board for Tampa Bay have now re-signed with Tampa Bay. So everyone's back for another push to get Brady tied with Belichick, I guess, with his Super Bowl wins.
I just don't care anymore. I just don't care about Tom Brady anymore, man. I am so ready for that guy to retire and just shut up.
Oh, it's great. You see,
we get it, man. You're good. Okay.
Did you watch the TikTok I sent you?
Probably. Which one?
Which is the one where it was like Tom Brady at his other.
Oh yeah, that's an old TikTok. That's an old one.
It's like his 1-6 Super Bowl wins. He's just like, hello, yes, hello, and then at the his 7th, he's just like flipping everybody off.
I like Oreos.
I like Oreos. Yeah, that was great. So
I'm just so effing tired of Tom Brady. Like, I get it, man. You're good. Like, we all get it.
Oh, and we got to talk about the rule changes in the NFL, and I got to get your opinions on them. Have you heard the new rule change in the NFL about numbers?
Yes.
So now what is it officially? Do you know it, like the official rule change?
I think receivers and defensive backs can do 1 through 19 now.
So yeah, it's something
including running backs. They opened up the number availability, and I think it's stupid.
Yeah, why?
Stupid. Listen, you get what number did you wear at any sport you ever played?
Me?
Yeah.
11.
11, perfect. Works for me. So you're number 11 in college, right? I draft you.
Mm-hmm.
You make a name for yourself in the NFL, but now you're number 15.
Okay.
The NFL is where you gained your notoriety. The NFL is where you made your money. People know you as number 15. You going back to 11?
No.
Exactly. That's dumb. It's dumb. You got guys like Dalvin Cook who wants to wear number 4 again. I'm like, what? You've been number 33 since you got in the NFL. People will have bought your jersey and recognize you as number 33, the Minnesota Vikings. And you're going to go back to number 4 for I get it, man. You were good in college, but I don't know if you know this, but this is the NFL.
Because I saw
it's dumb.
I
get why they
today.
did it, but I get why they did it, but I think it's dumb. And I give a lot of credit to Stephon Diggs, who was like, I'm not changing my number, my number because people have bought my jersey with their money. Like I didn't even consider that when I saw the rule change, but yeah, that's a good point. You know, like if I got guys in the Giants who want to do it too, like they want to go back to their college numbers. I'm like, why? People don't recognize you as number 5. you recognize you as 21.
So yeah, I saw this. It's Patrick Peterson says he'll wear number 7 in 2021.
That's dumb.
A cornerback. So the cornerback's going.
He's been a cornerback in the NFL for what, 7 to 8 years now?
Yeah, a long time. He plays for Minnesota. Like, I didn't know that. He plays for Minnesota now.
Like he's been in the NFL longer than he was ever in college. And like, no, that's dumb.
Oh, that's what it is. So Patrick Peterson has become the first member to take advantage of the NFL's relaxed rule change on jersey numbers that now permits defensive backs to wear numbers 1 to 49.
Yeah.
So he can wear anywhere from 1 to 49. And he says, for him, it says, I always wanted to rock number 7. Let's see. He'll be switching from 21. He donned in the past decade with the Cardinals number 7, the number he wore during his standout collegiate career at LSU and in high school. I always wanted to rock 7. Once they made the change, it was easy for me because 7 has always been my number. I felt like
21's been your number.
I felt like 7 was my number. Like 21 is Deion Sanders' number. You know what I mean? I just felt like in high school and college, I made 7 known. You can tell when I went to LSU, guys wanted to wear number 7. I feel like that's my number.
It's Michael Vick's number. So try again, Patrick.
Is it though?
Yeah. I'll wait for you to think of a better number 7 than Michael Vick. It's okay.
Trying.
I'll wait.
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is number 7, but I don't want to give him the satisfaction.
If I think of number 7, I think of Michael Vick and the Falcons before the whole dog thing. It's kind of like when you think of number 12. Who's number 12?
Brady.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. How about number 18?
Manning.
Yeah. Number 10?
Eli.
Yeah, exactly. First guy that comes to mind. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Like, so now
11.
Again, it's Phil Simms for me, but for you it'd be Drew Bledsoe or somebody else. Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like it's dumb. Like Dalvin Cook. Imagine Dalvin Cook was like number 4 is my number. No, it's not. It's Brett Favre's.
7. So Harrison Butker wears number 7.
It's Michael Vick's number.
It is. I don't think he's on this list.
Well, he might not. He probably didn't have like that kind of career, but it's Michael Vick.
He's not on the all players to wear number 7 pro football list.
That's weird. But like, I don't know, man. Like it's so many numbers out there. I mean, you could deal with every player if you wanted to.
It's alphabetical. I'm retarded.
No, it's okay. Well, like if I say 56, what do you think of?
No, that's 54.
How about the greatest defensive player to ever live?
LT?
Yeah, 56. You know what I mean?
I didn't know his number was. I'm not a Giants fan. I don't know his number.
First of all, that's a sin because Lawrence Taylor's the best defensive player to ever play the game of football. You should always know that guy's number.
No, 54 was Urlacher.
Yeah.
And not Drew Bledsoe.
See, you say 54, and I think of Brewski, but maybe because I live in England. But Brian Urlacher, yeah.
Well, it's because in my head when you said 56, I was like, oh, is it Brewski? And I was like, no, not Brewski wore 54. But if you said 54, I would have probably said.
Yeah, so I mean, you can go down the list. The greatest player to ever wear whatever number you can think of, but
we should do that. That's going to take forever.
It's going to take longer than we have. Especially with the real low numbers. like number 3. You know, you got like like Russell Wilson. You know.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I get why they did the rule, but it's dumb.
So does that mean quarterbacks can wear a number higher than 18? Oh, is it 19?
It was 19. I hope not, because that'd be weird. You know, to see number 27 at quarterback. Like, it's just not. You know, I'm like an old man. I don't like change, but I just thought it was dumb. Like, you know, I don't know. I'd be cool like expanding the numbers a little bit, like giving defensive backs like maybe set it between 20 and 49, give them between 15 and 49.
See, this makes sense, although the New York Times just locked me out and I can't read this article. But Derrick Henry, it's a good example. He wore number 2 at Alabama, and he wears 22 in the NFL. I wonder if he'll go back to. So quarterbacks, punters, and kickers can wear 1 to 19. Running backs can wear 1 to 49 or 80 to 89.
That's even worse.
Defensive backs can wear 1 to 49. Linebackers can wear 1 to 59 or 90 to 99.
That's arguably not as worse, but the 1 through I don't want to see a number 4 linebacker.
Offensive lineman is 50 to 79. Defensive lineman is 50 to 79 or 90 to 99. It doesn't have wideouts on here.
I think they fall under the same as running backs.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't say that, but it just says running backs. But yeah, probably that's why
similar.
That's why it says 80 to 89.
If I see a number 89 line up at running back, I'm gonna flip my TV across the
So this rule change was initially proposed by the Chiefs that would allow any running back, tight end, and wide receiver to wear any number from 1 to 49 as well as 80 to 89.
That's just dumb. I just don't understand. Like, I think it's dumb. I don't understand why it's a big deal. You know,
apparently people don't like it.
Yeah, like of course they don't.
Players in the NFL.
Tom Brady hates it.
Tom Brady.
Speaking of Tom
literally
Brady, Tom Brady hates it.
Yeah, he does. That article popped up too when
I don't know what it is, but just I don't know what it is, why it bothers me so much. But the numbers in the NFL just felt more professional. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I don't know why. You know, it just did to me. I'm just happy that like a lot of the players in the Giants already wear their college number, you know.
So Brady's argument is basically says, good luck trying to block the right people now.
Yeah.
Going to make a lot of bad football. Why not let the linemen wear whatever they want to as well? Why even have numbers? Just have colored jerseys. Why not wear the same number?
It's kind of got a point there.
Oh my God. And then of course is he retweeted Bleacher Report because Bleacher Report had said at Tom Brady is not happy about the New Jersey numbers, and Tom Brady retweeted with a quote that says, "I would like to speak to the manager, please." Oh yeah, his whole thing was like it's going to cause confusion, especially with the referees, because they're not going to know who's going to be eligible where, because like their numbers are going to be all over the place. So yeah, and it's so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean they'll adapt. They're professionals, but it's dumb. It's dumb. And when I see a number 7 line up at linebacker, I might again flip the TV across the room.
Linebackers aren't eligible for that number.
I think you said they were like between 1 through
like defensive backs 1 to 49.
I think some linebackers were good for like between 1 through like 59 or something like that, and then 90.
Someone play the clip. Linebacker, linebacker. I'm sorry, linebacker 1 to 59.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip my TV across the room. Listen, man, like the Giants had a linebacker like 2 years ago who was number 47, and it made me nauseous. I'm just like, why are you wearing that?
Why?
I just don't like it. It just looks weird, like during one of our Super Bowl runs, we had Matthias Kiwanuka.
Uh-huh.
And he wore number 97, but that's because he was a defensive end by trade and would occasionally play outside linebacker, which again, okay, whatever. When they made him a permanent outside linebacker, he's like, I'm gonna switch my number. And I was like, cool, that sounds like a good idea, Matthias. He went from 97 to 94. And I was like, what? Like, why even change at that point? But
so apparently the rule change, according to Peter King, the rule change was not purely for aesthetic reasons. The Chiefs have reportedly ran into a shortage of available numbers in the 20 to 49 range last season because numbers 28, 33, 36, and 37 are all retired by the franchise.
Sounds like a them problem.
Yeah. Yeah, sure does.
Like, no retired numbers is often stupid.
So why don't we just go to half numbers?
Or you know what? Why don't we just
28, 28.5.
You know what? No one wears a jersey anymore. Just pads and no shirt.
No one wears a jersey anymore.
Just pads and no shirt.
Everyone wears the pennies that we wore when we were in gym class.
In gym. That stunk and they never got washed.
Yeah.
Like, it's just dumb.
This will make you happy. Sean Lee retired this season.
That doesn't make me happy. The guy played in 3 games and had like 8 ACL tears. I don't care about Sean Lee.
You don't have to worry about Dallas Cowboys fans shouting about Sean Lee anymore.
Did they ever?
Yeah.
Was he on the field long enough to be shouted about?
Probably not.
I don't know. All I know is that we didn't lose any games because of Sean Lee.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Although he wasn't my Madden team last year.
Yeah. So baseball has started up since we were off the air waves.
The NL West spells asshats.
Yes, it does. And it's not the first time it's done that, even though people are like, it's the first time in like so many years. Like, no, I'm pretty sure I like posted about this like 3 years ago.
Whatever.
That it did the same thing.
It's fun.
It makes baseball fun.
Makes me fun.
So I don't know if you've watched any baseball this year yet.
Not a lick this year.
But the Red Sox are doing a lot better than everyone was expecting.
It's what?
We're only
22 games in,
We're only a month into the season, but everyone was expecting the Red Sox to be like 500 by the end of this month. Like that was like the best case scenario is the Red Sox are going to be 500 by the end of April, and we're on top of the division. So
and the Yankees suck, so everybody's happy.
But it is only the first month of a
lots of
treacherous 6-month season.
Lots of time to go down with the ship still.
Yeah. The other thing about baseball is that they changed the rules for I almost called it overtime, extra innings, where a runner starts on second base to start the inning or start the half inning. And
why?
Then
going too slow for them?
No, it's because they don't want games going into like the 18th inning. Like they don't want to make the game super duper
a double inning, a double header essentially.
Yeah, they don't want them play. I sat through an 18 inning game and that was insane. It started at 7 and it ended at like 2 in the morning. It was crazy.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, it was great. It was crazy, and the game ended like 3-2 or something.
Yeah.
So they put a man on second to start that half inning, and then, each team gets to try to score that runner so that the game will end fairly quickly. I don't know if any game has gone past like the 12th inning. So
when does it start?
It starts at the 10th inning. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen them add that runner maybe when you get to like the 12th inning. I don't know. I feel like it makes that last bottom of the 9th a little less of an aggressive coaching style, knowing that you get that runner guaranteed.
Yeah, but the other team gets a runner guaranteed too.
If your pitcher's pitching lights out, then you're not that worried about it. Especially if you've got a good closer or a good reliever out there. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a rule that they brought into like minor league ball when, you know, a couple of years ago. And
Minor league, like no one needs to be out there for 18
they
innings in the
they
minors.
moved it they moved it up to the MLB last year with the COVID shortened year, to just make sure the games weren't going super duper long, and they kept it for this year. So I don't mind it. It makes because the whole thing with baseball for me is it's run by nerds, and I've argued this.
You had your rant.
I had my rant on this last time. Yeah, last time, one of the last times we recorded. But so everyone's trying to swing for the fence, but if you put a guy on second base, they're going to start playing small ball. And that's how the Red Sox have been winning all these games. They've been playing small ball, just hitting the ball in the outfield, hit the ball in the outfield, hit the ball in the outfield, base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit.
In order to win, you have to score as many runs as possible. It's not about who can hit the ball into the atmosphere. It's
right, but that's like the thing about the MLB is they're just like, who can hit the ball the farthest? And yeah, I don't like it. So oh, and the other thing about baseball is to go into a little bit of nonsense here. MLB The Show 21 has released for the first time ever on Xbox. And if you have Game Pass, you can actually play it for free. I'm not sure how they got that deal with Sony, but it's really funny when I turn my Xbox on and I load MLB and a PlayStation logo pops up.
I actually know the answer to that.
Because it's PlayStation Studios.
No, I know why.
That it's Xbox on Game Pass?
Yeah. I know how Xbox got it onto Xbox. The MLB. The actual league themselves wanted it on both platforms.
Nice. Interesting. Yeah. So that's interesting.
But it is weird though to load it up and see
PlayStation.
And they
PlayStation Studios.
They put it as often as they can. Like the little loading things in the bottom corner are still the PlayStation symbols on the Xbox, which is funny. I'm like, okay.
So I have a theory about so obviously the league and the Players Association wanted it on both platforms.
Yeah, more money.
But I have a theory of why it got to Game Pass day one.
Money.
Nope. Because what money? I can spend.
What you think Microsoft? You think Microsoft didn't give anybody a whole bunch of money to get it on Game Pass?
Oh, maybe. I was just thinking that Xbox went to Sony and was like, "Listen, we want MLB on Game Pass, and we'll give you Elder Scrolls 6 when it releases." because Xbox owns Bethesda now.
That didn't happen. No, there's no way. No,
so that's going to be funny when anyone plays a Bethesda game, a new one going forward, and
we'll find out
on PlayStation, and Xbox logo pops up.
Yeah, Microsoft Studios. It'll say, we'll find out when they announce Starfield whenever that comes out.
Yeah, right. So that's the thing I wanted to go over with MLB. If you haven't played MLB, it's the same as the other ones. So.
Exactly the same.
It's literally so much the same that when I'm playing the games, I have to turn the commentary off because it's the exact same commentary as last year and the year before. And the only reason why I know that is because for some reason in an MLB simulated game on a PlayStation or an Xbox, when it rains in the game, they don't call the game for rain delay. They just let you play through it.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. It's a simulated game.
Yeah, don't step in a poodle.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that they say. They'll say, "Oh, it's really they gotta stop this game. It's really
coming down out
there. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Oh, you don't want to step in a poodle."
Yeah.
And they've said that in this game for like the last 3 years.
It rains in so many games too.
I know. And I'm so over it. I'm just like, can we shut up about the rain? And I'm just like, oh my God. Like,
my favorite
can we update the commentary, please? Like, can we get David Ortiz on this or something?
My favorite is when you break the commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, when I first get it, I always try and like learn, like the new pitching mechanics with like a pitcher, which this year's
That
is
new pitching mechanic is
hard,
hard.
So I try to get used to it, and I'll play it on easy just to get used to the analog, and I was doing really well because it was on easy, and I was just learning anything new. I think it was like 4 games in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my guy had an ERA of sub 1 because again, I'm playing on easy, and it's
Is this the perfect games you're throwing? Are you throwing them on easy?
No. If I send you a perfect game picture, it's playing on dynamic.
Okay.
I ain't no simp. And anyway, I don't know what the threshold is, but if you do so well, you'll break the commentary where they'll be like, "Yeah, his ERA is real low, but he throws a lot of walks," and then right on the screen it'll say walks 0. And it's like, okay, I broke you. That's good. And then like you'll be pitching, right? You'll be like maybe like bottom of the 8th inning, and you'll have thrown maybe like 68 pitches. Like you're just lights out. Again, I'm beginner, and he's like, "Oh, gee, it looks like his break is getting kind of tired out there. He's been pitching. His pitch count's awfully high." And I'm like, "It's the bottom of the 8th."
Of course, it's high.
And even so, it's the bottom of the 8th, and I'm only at 60. Like, And he's like, "Yeah, his pitch count's getting kind of high at this point in the game." I'm like, God. No, it isn't.
They need to update that commentary because it's so bad. It's so bad, and it's just.
It's worse than Madden's, which
so
is bad.
Old. I know, it's like, crazy.
Which is actually crazy to think about because Madden's been the same for like 6 years. It feels like,
I think the NHL games have the best commentary,
but they do have pretty solid commentary.
But a couple of years ago, they replaced Doc Emmerich, and it made me sad. He's the NBC hockey guy that retired this last season.
Oh well, it was time. I remember when that Madden switched from Phil Simms and Jim Nantz to Charles Davis and Chris Godwin. No, not Chris Godwin. It's somebody else. Mm-hmm. He's a goober, is what he is. And every year I'm like, is this the year that we don't listen to him anymore? And then I'll watch like a video of like a gameplay, and then I'll hear that stupid voice. Like,
yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, they really need to update the commentary. It's
I miss John Madden, like just talking nonstop for an hour.
Speaking of the NHL, really quick, because some big news came out of like the National Hockey League. NBC is out for the NHL after this season. ESPN has picked up a portion of the next 7 years. That happened a little while ago, but Turner, which is TBS and TNT, have picked up the remaining contract. So NBC after this season is officially out of the NHL, and it will be now on ESPN and TBS and TNT going forward, which ESPN will hold 4 cup finals and Turner will hold 3. So for the next 7 years, unless it's on ABC, the NHL Cup final will not, or any of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs will not be on broadcast network television unless they put it on ABC, because ESPN and ABC are the same thing, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're all owned by Disney anyway. So
yeah. So unless it goes to ABC, which I just thought about, but the 3 years that the Stanley Cup final will be on Turner, those 3 years, it will not be on network television, and it will be on cable that you have to buy.
Pay for it.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like if you go and you think about like the NBA finals or the NFL Super Bowl or the World Series is always on Fox, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl is usually on CBS or Fox, depending on or NBC, depending on who has it that year. I think it's been on CBS a lot more than the other two, though.
I think it's been a pretty good rotation between Fox and CBS. NBC doesn't have it as much as they do, but yeah. I know it's been.
Yeah, you're right, because we did get Joe Buck a lot of Super Bowls, which is awful.
God.
But and then the NBA
Joe Buck's in
finals.
baseball too, and
Yeah.
hang on, be backtrack. If they, we bitched about the commentary for the show. If you listen, I know you're not listening, developers, but if you bring Joe Buck to that game, I am not.
I will not
I will
play it.
not. I will not be on this planet anymore. It's not. I'm not doing it. I would rather just not play it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not even pick up a real life baseball anymore if it means I listen to Joe Buck.
I just put it on mute. Just
I
won't
wouldn't even
listen
do
to
that.
it.
I'm not going to give the satisfaction
I'd do
of my
my
money
own
at that point.
commentary at that point.
Yeah, just me and you could just. I can't even see it. Just
So yeah, and then the NBA finals are usually on like ABC or ESPN. But it's gonna get crazy in the NHL over the next 7 years, where it's no more Wednesday night rivalry, no more hockey on NBC Sports Network, no more mains like the Winter Classic has always been on NBC, like ever since the Winter Classic's been a thing in 2010. So yeah, no more NBC, no more NBC hockey, which is okay, I guess, because like I said, Doc Emmerich retired, and he was like the voice of hockey on NBC.
the only reason.
Yeah, he was the only reason that NBC was good, but now he's gone. So
Well, it's like even NBC on the NFL side. I mean, once Al Michaels retires,
they'll
then
bring in
what?
someone else.
Yeah, but then no one's going to want to listen to that. I mean, somebody else will do it and they'll keep the contract, but it's going to be weird. It's almost kind of like Al Michaels is Sunday Night Football. I mean, they replaced John Madden with Chris Collinsworth, and that worked just as well as John Madden did.
I hate Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah, well, I hated John Madden in the booth, but
I like John Madden in the booth.
I didn't towards the end.
No,
I remember. I'm never gonna forget it. I can't remember what game it was, but it was when John Madden was starting to really deteriorate. Like you could tell he was getting old, and I forgot who was playing, but I distinctly remember it being like third and second.
Mm-hmm.
John being like, I don't know why the punter's not coming out here. It seems like a no doubt punt situation. And Al Michaels goes, "Oh, John, it's third down." Well, yeah, mistakes happen. I totally get it, but it's like, but he said it 3rd and 2 after they made the first down.
Oh. So he said it after the first down was converted?
Yeah, like they handed the ball off to the running back. He got past the first down line. Yeah. Al Michaels commented on that they made the first down, and then John Madden brought up, like, why didn't they punt there? It's like, even if it was 4th and 2, they converted. What's like, and that's when I kind of noticed, like, uh-oh.
Nothing is as bad as Joe Buck football commentary, though.
Oh, my God.
Because when you got
his name, he just said the name over and over.
Oh, man.
It's just, he just said,
that's the one that I always go back to.
He was returning a kick for a touchdown. He just kept saying his name. Like,
well, he said he was doing a kickoff return, and all he would say was the guy's last name.
Yeah.
And he said it for the entire time that he ran 60 yards and then got down. And he said, he kept saying his name, and then he said his name again. And I was like, all right. And then he says his name again. And I'm like, okay. And he says it like 5 times. And then he goes, down at the 40. Like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, Joe Buck just is the worst, man. I just can't.
Oh man, what was his name? I'm drawing. I can hear it. I can hear him saying it, but I can't get the name.
But he just kept saying it, and it's like, Joe.
Yeah. Let's see.
I looked. I just Googled Joe. I looked up Joe Buck repeats player's name again, and it's all it is like compilations of Joe Buck's worst NFL calls ever.
Let's see.
Is it Mitchell?
I think it was Mitchell.
Just Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Mitchell. It's like, Joe, shut up.
Oh God, I do not know if that came over the Zoom call meeting, so I apologize if
It didn't. Hang on. I think I found it. Mitchell. Yeah, he just says Mitchell like
It
two or
is
three
Mitchell.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the Mitchell one.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
what?
I can't say this. I have to send it to you.
Oh, okay. I think it's this one. Is it the Tampa Bay Bucks game?
It's a Charger.
It's Bucks.
Mitchell,
Is it
or
Bucks
Eagle.
and Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So if anyone who's listening on the podcast or listening or watching the stream, if you search Joe Buck's worst call compilation, NFL MLB, it's 24 seconds into the video, and you can kind of get what we're talking about. It's the start of the game. It's a Bucks Eagles game, and it's
Not
literally
it's
literally the kickoff for the game. And he doesn't even say he kicks it away or anything. The kicker kicks it, and it's silent. The receiver receives it, and he says Mitchell. He says Mitchell again when he hits the 30, and now the guy's gone 20 yards, and he said 2 words, and it was the same word.
He says it one more time, doesn't he?
He says Mitchell again when the guy hits the 50. So now we've gone 40 yards, and he said 3 words. He's averaging, since he got received the ball, he said a word at every 20 yards. So he said he caught the ball at the 10. He says Mitchell. He gets to the 30. He says Mitchell. He gets to the 50. He says Mitchell.
I think it's tackled at the 40. So that's pretty. He didn't make it enough to.
And then he gets to the 25 of the opposing team, and he says down at the 25. So he skipped a Mitchell. He skipped a Mitchell.
He skipped a Mitchell.
He skipped a Mitchell in there. He should have said Mitchell when he hit the 30.
Should we just dub that every 20 yards in the NFL is also known as a Mitchell? Like, yeah,
every 20 yards is referred to as a Mitchell
because they track, runs over 20 yards. So, how many Mitchells he get today? Oh, about 2.
Yes, we can do that. Oh my God. Yeah.
So how long, how long was that kick that he missed? About a Mitchell.
About a Mitchell. Yeah.
About a Mitchell. 20 yards. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, that's that video. And I guess I got to watch a video later that you've sent me. So
I didn't send you a video. It's a picture of one of the comments on the video.
Oh, is it the same? Is it the same
Maybe,
video?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's just read the. I couldn't isolate the comment, but you'll know the one I'm talking about when you look at it. I can't say it on here. It's not even remotely appropriate for anything outside of.
It's not the same one. Oh wait, it might be the same one. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
It is the same video though, because on my screen I have
the comment above it. The Mitchell's mom. Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell's mom at 6 a.m. trying to wake Mitchell up for school.
Mitchell.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Oh, this is a good one too. Imagine Joe Buck announcing tennis. Serve, hit, 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 hit. Point for Williams.
I think he would just say names. Federer, yeah. Nadal, Federer, Nadal. Just again and again and again.
Oh my God.
What's that?
A walk-off home run happens, Joe Buck. There are no flags on the field.
Joe Buck sucks. I love how the entire world is pretty much universal in the fact that Joe Buck is awful at his job.
I got that other comment too. I found that other comment. Oh my God. It's 6,000 likes. Oh my, and no dislikes.
Yeah, we're brutal.
Oh my God.
You know what the best part is? That's more likes than people from that event.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
That's more likes than people from that particular event in question.
Oh my God, these comments are ridiculous. There's another one that I can't say on here.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
There's another one that's on here that's like, holy crap. I'll send that one to you.
We're just sending mean comments to each other at this point.
Yeah. There you go. That one's a bad one. I'm a little concerned that this video is only 4 minutes and 19 seconds long.
That's a little short.
Yeah.
Legend has it he's still saying Mitchell to this day. But then you have like Chris Collinsworth.
If Adderall was a person, it would be Joe Buck.
But then you have like Chris Collinsworth, like, now here's a guy, like,
yeah.
What I said that one day when you and I went to watch a game, I was like, no, here's a guy when he puts his glasses on, he sees better. Like,
yeah.
when he runs, he moves faster. Like,
wasn't that Madden's like thing about him too? Wasn't that Madden's thing about him too? Like, he would always state the obvious.
Yeah.
You know, if this team scores here, they're going to win the football game.
No, John Madden was the example I always gave. No, here's a guy that when he runs, he moves faster.
That's it. Right? That's it. And then Joe Buck does it in baseball because I think, because so I have to go over something about I've taken it from a comedian and I don't remember. Oh, it's Brian Regan. It's Brian Regan.
He's great. Brian Regan's the
quote.
Best.
And so like Joe Buck on game 7s will say, "This is a must-win game."
Yeah.
Like,
thanks, Joe.
What other kind of game is it?
Yeah. He said it in a Super Bowl once too. I'm never going to forget it because he literally said, "Oh, this got to be a must-win game for this, this whatever team it was." And like, I remember I was a kid. My mom looked at me and she was like, "Did he just say that the Super Bowl was a must-win game?" Like,
this is a must-win game.
He did it at the Super Bowl with the Giants and the Patriots, the first one.
Yeah.
When the Patriots had the ball at the last 20 seconds. Yeah. He said, the Patriots got to score here to win the game. Like, well, of course they do, Joe. Like,
yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Like what?
Joe, they do. As a matter of fact, they do. You know?
Yeah. It's just funny how they can never think of something to say, but they come up with that.
I couldn't do that job, for the record. I could not. I just don't have it in me. I could be color commentary, maybe. Yeah. But like, I just don't have it in me. And I get it. It's a hard job, but like,
it's actually something I wanted to do when I was a kid.
You got to find someone better than Joe Buck, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I can do better than Joe Buck.
At this point, I could say Mitchell every 20 yards.
Yeah.
Like,
I could say a guy's name every time he runs 20 yards.
Yeah. Like that seems easy enough. I could point out what must-win games are when it's Game 7 of the World Series. That's easy.
Barkley.
Yeah.
Barkley. Down at the 5.
It's funny because now I'm gonna go find that video of Jones running like 80 yards and tripping, and I'm just gonna send it to you and just go Jones. Down at the 4.
He tripped himself up down at the 4. If I talk louder in a monotone voice, people will think I'm excited.
Yeah.
Joe Buck.
We spent way too much time on this podcast talking about Joe Buck.
Yeah, well, it's fun. I like making fun of Joe Buck.
That's the nonsense portion of the podcast for those of you who are new.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of sports.
Did you hear what Mike Francesca of I think he's on, I don't know what program he's on, but you know who Mike Francesca is in New York?
Yeah.
He explained I think the other day or it might have been a while ago. I don't remember. But anyway, I saw on Twitter this morning. He explained why he never coached in the NFL. Other than the obvious fact that he's not qualified to coach in the NFL. So there's another dope for fire. Like
I am also not qualified to coach in the NFL. I don't know if you're aware of that, but that's because I don't have any coaching experience.
Just think, he had the opportunity to coach in the NFL, like how I did to play second base for the Red Sox. Like that's, like a couple of dopes that need to lose their jobs. Anyway.
Oh my God, that's funny. Well, I think we've been at it for a while.
Yeah, it's a long
one. We haven't had one in a while, so we had to go a little extra long. Yeah.
Long reunion podcast.
But we're gonna try to do one every week now so that we can talk about more stuff. Real quick question, and I definitely know the answer to this question. Have you watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No.
I thought so.
No, I have not.
Nope. And he's just doing it to spite me, ladies and gentlemen.
At this point, I haven't watched any more of The Mandalorian.
That's right, Mandalorian.
I haven't watched any more of it. I haven't watched a second of WandaVision or a second of Winter Soldier. Just to spite you. That
Yeah.
is a correct. And you know the best part is Sam will ask me, "Do you want to watch it?" I go, "No," and she'll say, well, "Why not?" And I'll go, "Because it pisses Andrew off," and that's like, so. Yeah, I'll watch them eventually, but not yet. Now, when Kenobi comes out, just shut up. I'm watching it, but
Okay.
like that's you know,
you got to get my Ewan McGregor fix.
yeah, I got to get Daddy One Kenobi in my life, but you know, it's yeah, I'll watch Kenobi, but I won't. I'm just at this point, it's just to upset you that I don't watch that stuff. As I know how bad you want to talk about it, and I'm just like, no, I don't talk about.
I talk about it with other people. I just would really like to talk about it on the podcast for the people that have watched it as well. But because
they can call in then.
Yeah. Well, hey, I haven't kept up with it in a couple or in a little bit, but we do have a Twitter page. So if you want to send us any tweets or if you want to send us any DMs,
what are you, old? Like, you want to send us one of them tweets?
If you want to send me one of them Twitter things, you
want to send me one of them? Hang on, I'm almost done. You want to post it on my wall? You can go ahead. And
if you want to get me in a direct message, you can feel free to do so.
What was the wall? Was that Facebook or MySpace?
Facebook.
Was that Facebook? Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't remember MySpace's thing.
I don't know. MySpace had the top 8 friends, and that's all I remember about MySpace.
I mean, and if you got knocked out of the top 8, man, that was you went to school the next day and threw.
You were depressed.
You threw. Like, okay, yeah, that too. I'm throwing hands, and you're just sad.
All right. Well, so you can find us on Twitter. It's at sports and non-pod. It's very long. I couldn't find anything shorter that fit what we do here. So it's at sports and non-pod for the Twitter handle. You can find us there. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and Castbox FM. You can now also find us the video version of Sports and Nonsense on YouTube on the Name Pending Productions YouTube channel. So you just go to YouTube, search for Name Pending Productions. He's got a lot of like other stuff on there too. Like he produces and directs a bunch of his own web series. So you can follow that and watch those. They're pretty funny. They're pretty much all military based because he, like Rich and I, are military people. So if you're a military person, you might find it enjoyable. But yeah, so at Sports and Non-Pod on Twitter, Name Pending Productions on YouTube, and then of course Spotify, iTunes, Castbox, and our normal spot. So anything else for the people, sir?
No.
Okay.
Ta-ta.
All right. We'll talk. We'll get you guys next week. Thanks for watching, or thanks for listening.